Yay! I believe we are live.
Yes, we are live. I want
So,
just
and
to
we are
share it on
alive.
my. We are alive. We are alive and alive. Yes. Hello, the world. I
So,
will just
guys,
share this on my. I will share this on my
sure,
Facebook.
you can do that, and I will start slowly.
This video is live now.
Yes.
Okay.
So, guys, warmly welcome. I have today with me a special guest, Roxanne. She will introduce herself in a second, but I will introduce her a little bit to start with. So, who is Roxanne? Roxanne is my dear friend. She is also a vegan mom and unschooling mom like myself, and she is a beautiful artist and filmmaker and singer. And Roxana has also become over time a freedom fighter. And this is what we are going to talk about today because today's interview is about freedom. So we are going to share all different thoughts and things about freedom. And if you guys stay until the end, then Roxana might sing for us at the end because she's such a beautiful and talented singer. So I cannot wait to hear that.
Yes.
Yeah,
Thank you so much for such a nice introduction.
you are
Yes.
so welcome.
Thank you. Yes, I'm Roxanne Phoenix. I'm award-winning filmmaker actually, and all this happened together with the withdrawal of our human rights completely. I became the award-winning filmmaker, and I lost all the freedoms. This is what happened in Australia. Yes, I'm an award-winning filmmaker, and our first serious documentary, feature documentary, was done in Mexico by myself and my that time 8 years old son, and it is a film about Mexican humanitarian Dr. Sergio Castro, and we participated in 37 festivals and we got 5 awards. And this is not the end because we are going to continue, because we are going to get out of this jail where we are now and continue our festival journey. And our second film is upcoming. It will be film about the world schooling because we are world schoolers actually. It was a long way and we are world schoolers, and it is so traumatic to be world schooler and to be banned from travel and to lose all the freedoms at the moment when you actually just started to feel what it is world schooling. And yes, the next film is coming, Drop the School and Go Travel. And we have one more film which also participating in the festivals. This is what we succeeded to do during the pandemic time. We made it. We are vegan family and we made short film about vegan child participating in activism because we are activists. We are family of activists. Yes, I have also a daughter. She's 26 and she is also vegan and activist, and that's it. What else? We are musicians. We are playing and singing, both of us, myself and my son. And yes, I'm a freedom fighter. I'm not just a freedom fighter. I'm master of human rights law. I'm a human rights lawyer. So it is. I know the basic things how it has to be, and I'm actually shocked with what it is going in Australia, because I was born in the USSR, behind the Iron Curtain, and I lived through the dictatorship of USSR, and we were so brainwashed in the USSR that we really believed that we live in the best country in the world and the whole world is just suffering. We really believed that United States, Western Europe, Australia, Canada, everybody are dying from hunger. This is what we thought. And
Wow.
but that time we had no internet and we could not find out the truth by ourselves. But we actually found out at the end. And I'm so surprised that people now believe in different bullshits at the time when they have the whole range of information. And then after USSR, I used to live in the dictatorship of Russia and the dictatorship of Ukraine. Before the last revolution, I used to live for 8 years in United Arabian Emirates, and I used to run their very successful business, by the way. We used to run their airlines, cargo airlines, and this is a country with human rights. Even this human rights words, they don't exist there. There is no human rights. It is just luxury state where you have to respect their rules. If you are not playing by their rules, you will be in jail. And actually, I had been in jail there because they don't have the presumption of innocence. This is the first sign of country which has at least some kind of human. There is no presumption of innocence in United Arab Emirates. If you are accused, you are going straight to the jail, and then sitting in the jail, you have to somehow prove that you are innocent. And actually, my investigator told that I'm innocent on day number 2. It just took from him 2 days because it was no proof of my guilt. He said, you're innocent, you have to go out of the jail until the end of the investigation. But jail did not let me go out because they have all their rules, they can do whatever they want there. So after all these 4 countries were USSR, Russia, Ukraine, United Arab Emirates, the whole idea of coming to Australia for me was to be free. It was not about the economical benefits or whatever, because I was economically very good in United Arab Emirates. I was owner of airlines. I had no issues with this thing. And the whole idea was to be free. And here we are. And here we are. Now we are getting ready to for the next immigration because what it is going in Australia.
But I totally understand you. It was the same for me, coming to Norway. I went to Norway to change my lifestyle, to have a free and, easy life. And look at me at the end, I left to Indonesia because of trouble with child welfare systems, right? So I totally get your fight for freedom, but I think it's so important that people like us are there and they are going first and they are showing that, there is always a choice. Yes, so many people in our community exactly facing these things now, like my colleague Noel, my colleague Louis, who are, saying like, no, if you don't allow me to go there, cool, I'm gonna do my own thing, but I'm not just gonna, consent into something which feels completely wrong because you say that this is the only choice. No, we do have a choice, and that's so important that people like you and me are, so we can share that.
That's why I love you, Dia, because we are community now. The thing in Australia, there is no community. Really, I live in Australia for 12 years. There is no sense of community. We used to stay with my son for a year in Mexico, and in this just 1 year, we got so many friends, and we still have those friends. Here in Australia, I live 12 years.
I know, it's the same for me in Norway. So Roxanne, could you share with us a little bit about, you are in Sydney, right? Could you share for us a little bit about how it is in Sydney? Because, we get so many information from media. It's so important to have somebody who is actually physically there and can share what is actually going on.
Let me start from the beginning. Actually, in Australia, we do not have domestic legislation which will guarantee us our rights. There is no Bill of Human Rights in Australia. Australian constitution is very primitive. Our rights are not written anywhere in any domestic legislation. The only legislation which was guaranteed our rights, it was the international law, international covenants which Australia is signatory to. The Convention of the Civil and Political Rights and Convention of Social, oh my God, another convention. There are actually 2 conventions, and yes, this is my book. Yeah, yes, I'm human rights lawyer. I'm human rights lawyer, and when I got Master of Human Rights, I expected actually that I will be able to find some kind of part-time work. There is no anyone paid work for human rights lawyers in Australia. Human rights in Australia, they don't really exist. We have no Bill of Rights. We have these international law conventions of civil and political rights and economical and social rights. This is the second convention. And the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. This is only the documents which are covering somehow our rights in Australia. But you know, Australia does not care about international law at all. It does not care. It was clear when they started to violate rights of refugees. For many years, Australia created absolutely hell for refugees, despite Australia is a signatory to the Refugee Convention. But they did not really care. And United Nations told so many times to Australia that, listen, what are you doing? You have to stop this torture of refugees. Australia does not care. Australia does not care about environment at all. Last year, we just polluted with our bushfires so much. And actually, those bushfire, it was also the crime of our government. Let's not talk about bushfire. It's a long talk, separate long talk. So, if you open the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, I want just to try to open it. Let's try. Maybe it will be possible to open. Because, you know, everything, it's like almost all of the rights are violated there. It is not like one or two. So, Australian government violated everything. We have no right. Let me try to share. Just to let me try.
Share, and if it won't work, then maybe you could share. You know, how is the everyday life there right now?
Everyday life is like this. We are behind the locked borders since March 2020. Locked borders means that we cannot leave the country. No way. People are forbidden from leaving the country. If you want to leave the country, you have to beg to the government. You have to be, first of all, dual nationality. Second, you have to have your compelling and compassionate reason. Means your mother or father has to die somewhere far away, and you have to prove that it is really like this, etc., etc. So more than 50% of this application were just one
Declined.
Declined, yes.
Does it mean that if you leave, you cannot come back, or does it mean that you cannot leave at all?
Oh dear, very good question. Tell me now, do you see this document on the screen?
No.
No.
I don't, but you know, we can put it under the interview after.
Yes, we will put it
Let's do
under
it
the
like that.
interview. Okay, actually, all human beings are born free and equal in dignity and rights. No, we don't have it here. Everyone is entitled to the right and freedom set forth this declaration without distinction of any kind. No, we don't have this. Everyone has right to life, liberty and security of person. Gone. Number 3. Number 4. No one shall be subjected to arbitrary arrest, detention or exile. The police in Australia is given unlimited power. They don't need any warrant now to arrest anyone. They can enter your home and search how many people are there. No one shall be subjected to arbitrary interference with his privacy, family, home or correspondence. Actually, last 5 months, we are forbidden to see our families, friends, anyone. We are just locked at home. 5 months already of lockdown. Everyone has right to freedom of movement and residence within the borders of each state, and everyone has the right to leave any country, including his own, and to return to his country. Gone. Article number 18, freedom of thought, conscience and religion. Freedom of belief, gone. Article 19, freedom of opinion and expression, gone. Article 20, everyone has right to freedom of peaceful assembly and association, gone. This is actually, I was arrested for performing my right for freedom of peaceful assembly. This is a crime now.
That's what I wanted to ask you, Roxanne. I just wanna make sure that we are watching the time. So
I'm back. So
That's
life in
okay.
Australia now. About people whom you asked if you cannot return to the country. So since we are behind the locked borders since March 2020, about 40,000 Australians, they cannot return to the country. They are actually,
we have many of them
18
here.
months they are stranded somewhere. And I know cases when people asked for refuge already. And I know even one case when people asked for refuge in Mexico. So Australian asked for refuge in Mexico. Brilliant. This is how we live now. Why it is happening like this? Because they created the gap on the returning flight. And this gap it was 30 to 50 people, depends of their mood. Now they want 30, after they want 50, and the airplanes, you know, they are carrying like 350 people, and for to carry 30 people, the price for tickets come
insane,
10,000 bucks, and there are no tickets. So people just could not afford it. They could not find the ticket, they could not pay this price, and on the top, on return, it is 2 weeks quarantine in the special government hotel, and you have to pay for this. It is $3,000 per person.
A day.
No, for 2 weeks.
For the
2
period.
weeks,
But
3,000
still,
per
it's a
person.
lot. Yeah.
It is a lot. Actually, there is no any other country created this bullshit for own citizens. Like we said, it is everywhere like this, everywhere like this. No, these locked borders, it is only in Australia. No any other country did this, because other countries, they have some kind of domestic legislation which cover their rights. In Australia, we don't have this domestic legislation. And the Bill of Rights in Australia, different politicians, they tried to bring it in action in Australia for many times, but Parliament does not accept it. Last time, the guy who tried, we were fighting with our government for the bushfire, me personally, and another guy from the Blue Mountains, and another guy from the Tasmania. And this guy from Tasmania, he is actually parliament member. In 2017, he brought the Bill of Rights in the Parliament of Australia, the new project, recent project, 2017. Parliament said, we cannot accept Bill of Rights, because if you will accept Bill of Rights, it will give too much power to our courts. That's why we cannot accept it. So actually, how Australia works, you know, you mentioned that you had issues in Norway with their system. You know, I became very suspicious with Australian system 3 years ago when I returned from Mexico, and I tried somehow to work out my child support debt, which is unpaid. And you know what I found? In Australia, the whole system made that government is never accountable for anything. Government protect its privacy. When you have issues with anyone in the government system, you don't know who is this man or woman. You don't know their name. They're just the system. This Centrelink who is paying the welfare, it is, you know, this welfare, everybody are saying, oh, you have welfare there in Australia. Yes, but it is so miserable that you can just only survive on this. And there are so many different limits which don't let you to make money, because the whole system is done that you have no options. And when you want to complain, you complain back to the same system. My son was kidnapped, abducted last year, and police said that, but police found him quite fast. They found him before they entered the place of abductor. And it was no harm, it was no violence. And they said that they did not put any charges because they said there was no violence. Yes, but it was the abduction. And when I went in the court, police said, no, we are not going to put charges, it was no violence. So this time I started to think that I heard many times that you know, pedophiles in government. I never believed in this. I thought it is conspiracy or what is some. I never believed in all this bullshit until I faced it by myself. You have to face it. You know? And then I said, okay, no charges, okay. And then I went to the court. I tried at least to put AVO. AVO, it is something what let the abductor does not allow abductor to come closer to us. I could not do it. Court did not accept it. Because court sent me back to the police. Because if it is case about the child, only police can do this. Only police can ask the court to. It is like a locked circle. With all this shit, I went up. One minister, next minister, next. So I went up to the minister of the police. And this minister of the police, you know where he sent me? back
Go
to
to
the
court.
police station where I had been.
Yeah,
So the
I
whole
know.
system, and you
I know.
cannot do anything with them
Yeah.
because you do not have Bill of Rights.
I
And
know
if you want
it's
to go to the Supreme Court does not have the domestic legislation to act on your behalf.
it's the same in Norway. You know, they are taking 5 kids a day and placing them into a foster care. And
Oh my
now
god.
25 cases have been in Strasbourg in the, highest court. Already 12 of them, Norway is accused of breaking human rights, requires to deliver the kids back immediately. Nothing is happening. Norway don't care. They
Wow.
just yeah, whatever is done. So like whole world is pointing, on Norway. So they actually started to talk about blocking Norway out of European Union, not European Union, but the other, they have two different things. It's called like European, I don't know, something commission. So they are talking about, refusing them entrance there before they fix all this stuff. So yeah, but
Unbelievable. But Norway is Europe.
no,
They
it's
cannot
yeah.
they cannot enforce that European court normally has to have some kind of.
They are not in the European Union, they're independent.
Norway is not in European.
No.
That's it.
So
We
yeah.
are also not in European Union. We are isolated. We are in the middle of nowhere, and locked borders. It is just from March 2020, and it is not only federal borders. It is also borders of the states, because borders of the states, they are always playing open, close, open, close, open, close. If they are closed and you want to go, you have to stay in quarantine and pay 2,500 to the government because you go for quarantine, because you go from one state to the other state. Absolute bullshit, horrible bullshit. Since June, what they created since June, they just locked all of us at home. They announced that now we live according to the now our main law in the country since the beginning of this bullshit. So how they made it? Instead of all the law which was before, they put the Biosecurity Act on the federal level and public health orders on the state levels. And according to this bullshit, now, if you go out of home without legitimate reason, this is a crime. This is actually my charge. Went out of home without legitimate reason. And legitimate reason is to go grocery shopping, because everything is closed. Everything closed. Nothing open. Open just the grocery shopping. Grocery shopping, bank, pharmacy, and post office. This is only what is open since June. So, yes, we can go only grocery shopping, and we can go for 1 hour exercising outside only in our local government area and not more far than 5 kilometers from home. We are forbidden to go and visit anyone. You cannot visit your relatives or friends. So we did not see our friends actually for 5 months now. That is 5 months we did not see relatives or friends. I have a friend of mine, and she is Uruguayan, and her brother in the beginning of this shit, because he used to be a traveler and musician, and he was a healthy young man, 45 something. He took his life because it was impossible to stay in all this shit. And it's just like about a year ago he took his life, and now we are in lockdown, and she is in lockdown in one area, and her mother is in lockdown in the other area, and she cannot even come and see her mother. This poor woman who just now she lost her son, her child, because of all this bullshit. Now she is locked, and she is locked in the worst ever area of New South Wales in Western Sydney. They are created their absolute hell. We have our hell here where I live, but Western Sydney, it is absolute hell. It is army in the street. It is just enormous amount of police, and this police just stop and search everyone. You just come for grocery shopping, they can stop you, they can search you, and there are helicopters who are just flying non-stop, and helicopters You know, it is so scary. Here in our area, we have just a corner. We live near to the sea, and we have a corner where there are no cops. But if from this corner you go to the main street, there are cops, and they can do absolutely whatever. People, they can be arrested because they have no mask. They want people to walk in the mask. You know, it is such a, why people have to wear mask when they're outdoor walking next to the I don't know, to the sea, to the beach, why they have to wear this muzzle on? Okay.
I
Police
know.
can enter your home and check. They have right now to knock on your door and to enter your home and check actually, do you have guests there? If you live alone, you are allowed to have a friend, but only one. And this friend has to be registered with the government. So if you have a lover, they already jumped in our beds, you know. We don't have private life, we don't have family life, we don't have friendship. We have to, if I have a lover, I have to register this lover with my government because I want him to come to visit me. And
Sorry.
but he must be from the same local government area. If he is from the other government area, he cannot come see me. Now they made the same rule for children. Children now allowed to have 2 friends. Those 2 friends have to be registered with the government. And those 2 friends have to be from the same local government area. But only these 2 friends, not another friends. This is for children. And only in case if parents are vaccinated. Can you imagine the level of all this bullshit? And you know, when they are talking to the people from, we have in our TV, we don't watch TV, we don't even I plug out the antenna a year ago, it's much better, but still it's keep the Google bring all these blah 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 bullshit. We have this coronavirus 24/7. In our media, there is no any other news. On all channels, 24/7, we have different reports about coronavirus, how bad it is, and so many people are dying, and listen, the truth is, in Australia, official numbers of people who died is about 1,500 people, and all of them, they are 70 plus. We don't really have any issue here. We don't. And honestly speaking, I don't know anybody who was healthy and who died from coronavirus. I know people who were not healthy, who were old, and who died because they got coronavirus on the top. But with the same success, they could die from flu, from pneumonia, from long list of everything. If people are sick and old, they die. It is not about coronavirus.
Absolutely.
So, we are living in the environment of constant fear and anxiety, and some people, they really believe in this coronavirus and they are scared to go out. And what they did here in Australia, they created special reporting line, and anyone can report anybody. So it is like an app on the phone. You go out in the street, you see someone without mask, you make photograph of him, you send to this reporting line. This is what people are doing.
That sounds like communism, but it is.
Yes, it is. You know, it is so surreal.
I have a question to you.
Yeah.
What do you think, like, where are all these things coming from, right? Because we are speaking about freedom. What do you think, like, what is the kind of motive behind this type of behavior?
What is the motive? I think motive is very clear. Motive is very, very, very clear. The vaccination is the business. I don't want to dig deeper. I don't want to say that it can be dangerous, but it can be dangerous because vaccination actually it is medical procedure, and it can have different effect on different individuals. That's why everyone has to decide for himself, does he want to do it or not. And actually the second document I wanted to show is the Nuremberg Code. is the document which was exactly about this. It is the code which was created during the trials of war criminals in 1949 in Nuremberg, and this is the rules how actually the experimental things with people can work, must work. And all those experimental things, they can be done only with the full consent of the people. No one can enforce us, no one can say us. Like in Australia now they're saying, we have a lot of protests now, and those protests, they are, police are so aggressive and so brutal, and we have army, we have anti-terrorist riot now in Melbourne. It is so scary to watch what it is going here, because with this type of brutality they can fight real terrorists, but they're not terrorists, they're people like me, because I went protesting because my life is completely collapsed, and for those people their lives are collapsed because now they said no job, no job. There is long list of the industries now where people can get back to their job without their vaccination. So it is clearly enforcement to be jobbed. And it is clearly violation of this Nuremberg Code. And like, again, many people may say that it is everywhere the same. No, it is not everywhere the same, because in Australia from the next week they say, yes, when they speak from this government, our those ruling criminal psychopaths who seize the power, when they speak from TV, they say vaccinated people will get extra freedoms next week. They're using even those wordings. They are not hesitating to use these words. We will give you extra freedoms. Like, like we are generally, we are generally not free, and they can give us more freedoms. They cannot give us more. We are human beings. We are free because we are born free. Full stop.
Of course.
We don't need anyone permission to give us more freedoms, or to declare that we will give you more freedoms if you will do this. Vaccination. If you think vaccination is good, you get it. If you think vaccination is not good, you don't get it.
Exactly. It's a freedom. It's a basic right.
This is the freedom of choice. This is the freedom of choice. This is the freedom of opinion. And actually, in this particular case, they violated our Privacy Act, because in Australia, yes, we had something what protected our privacy, the Privacy Act, and our health and medical history was always covered by the Privacy Act. No one has right to find out if I am sick, or I am vaccinated, or I am not vaccinated, or what I have cancer or HIV. This is my private privacy. They violated this. During this pandemic, they also created the new law which actually allowed them to enter our social medias, our emails, to act on our behalf. They are allowed now even to go and check all our bank, internet banking, all these things. They can do with us now whatever they want. I don't know how it works in the other countries. I don't think in any other country they created this. And in different, one more difference what it is going in Australia compared to the other countries, France, Italy, Israel, cuckoo champions. They started already the third round of this. Did you see in Israel they already said that the one who does not have the booster, his vaccine passport is not valid anymore because he has no booster.
Oh, yeah.
Now they started already next round. This is what they're doing. It is clearly business, nothing else. So in all the countries there are three options. You have to be vaccinated, you have to be, or you have to have negative PCR test, or you have to have positive antibody test that you already have it. And in Australia, no one taking antibody tests. I don't have any one place here in Australia where I can go and check, maybe I have antibodies. They don't do those tests here. In Australia, there are two options. You are vaccinated, then you are the citizen of the country, or you are not vaccinated, then you are a piece of shit, go away.
Mm,
This is just two options.
How do you see, Roxana, the future? Because, right, I'm thinking like there are gonna be more and more people who will be like, enough is enough. Uh, what do you think? Which way will it go? Do you think it will like ease down little by little, or do you think it will be like more and more protest and people will break free, or how do you see the layout?
In Australia,
Mm,
you mean?
yeah.
The thing is, Australia has very specific history, and if we compare Australia, for example, with the same United States, yeah, United States, both of those countries, they are created by the immigrants. But in the United States, those colonists who came in the United States, they were good or bad, doesn't matter. But they came there by their own decision. It was their own will. They came there, and they were free, spiritual. Their spirits was free. Good or bad, this is another question. But they were free from the beginning. In Australia, we have convicts mentality. It is just historically happened like this. And actually, when I was moving here, I did not know all these things. Maybe because of my, actually my personal way is too long because from USSR I moved to the we went through the perestroika, then we moved to the I lived in Portugal, in Cyprus, then in United Arabian Emirates, then in France. So all these all these migrations, they are actually changing personality. They are changing, they're opening the new understanding of the world. That's why I think that travel is the best possible education. When you travel, you understand things from totally different angle. And could not imagine that Australia, it was in my imagination, it was a free world. It was part of free world. And no, Australia is a convict's mentality. You know, these 12 years I'm here, there are so many rules, and people are reporting each other. They're seriously reporting each other. When I was leaving Nikita was just born in 2009, and we lived in the unit, and I left my pram. It was no elevator, and I did not want to bring it up and down on the third floor, so I just left my pram under the stairs. It was no one. It was just under the stairs. It is in the place where no one even could see it. No, I was regularly reported to this one. I don't know who is this strata management. We call it here management of the building. Someone to spend his life reporting that the neighbor left the pram under the stairs.
I know, we had the same in Czech Republic.
Oh my god!
Ah.
It is just unbelievable. It is convicts mentality, and unfortunately, in Australia, majority of the people, they accepted all these rules. Majority of Australia, they're saying, "Oh, we are so happy. Our government is protecting us. We are so happy. We are safe. We are safe. We are safe." Approximately 50% of Australians, they have no passports at all. They never traveled anywhere. They think that Australia is the only place to be, and there is no any other world except Australia. They have the same bullshit in the head which I had when I had been in the Soviet Union. But in the Soviet Union, I had no chance to travel, and I had no internet. So it is understandable why my brain was so washed. But
It's about
I don't do
mentality. It's about mentality, like you say, Norway is also very similar. Like, I had so many people asking me if we speak Russian and if we had bread in Czech Republic, and I was saying, like, you obviously don't even know where it is, right? It was just so strange. So, yeah.
It is
But
strange.
dear,
Yes.
I have one more question for you because we've been going on very long. You are super capable woman. So if anybody needs any human rights help, this is the lady. You definitely know your stuff, and I love it.
Yes.
But could you share with us what happened to you? Because I know that
I
you have
was
had an.
arrested on the 31st of August in the public gathering. Actually, we went to our local government building because we are not allowed to walk more than 5 kilometers from home. So we went to the local governments, and actually, it was all over the occupied states, the New South Wales and Victoria, where we are in strict lockdown. And we went to our government just to ask how actually we are going to continue, because we lost jobs, we lost income, we lost friends, we lost our family connections, we lost hope. The mental state of the people in this lockdown is, oh my god, it is horrible. People are afraid of each other in the streets. People are sad, depressed, anxious. People are in fear. Yes, and we went to these local government buildings, and actually I had been arrested there just because I had been there. So we did not really march anywhere. We did not demand anything. We did not shout that cops are pigs. We did not do all these things. We were just peacefully standing next to the government building. And there were plenty of arrests, and they told me to leave, but I continue filming. I was filming actually everything. It was the second protest I was filming. I made the new film. Yes, this is the new new documentary, upcoming documentary. And cops actually, before to arrest me, they trapped me because I had in both hands I had phone which was streaming, live streaming on the Facebook. It is everything available. 31st August, my will stream available. And in the other hand, I had the camera. And when he told me last time to move, I said, okay, and asked him, can I go there? My car is there. He said, no, you have to go back. And I said, okay. And I made this turn, 360-degree turn. And it is clear that on the left, I have another cops. Behind me, I have big box for the post. And on the right, I have the road in the car parked. So I was blocked from all three sides. I had nowhere where to go. And I made this 360-degree, and I started to move in between policemen. And when I started to move in between them, they catch me. And my first question was, why did you catch me? I was leaving. And they grabbed my camera and my phone, but they did not stop it. And it continued filming. And I was following them. Well, I was following. Actually, they made exactly like this. And it was three men who arrested me immediately. And when they brought me to this small car, like, I don't know, in Australia, those cars, they're so small. They're really petite. It is for one person. It is like the plastic sack. You don't sit there. It's plastic sack. No one cares that you will be there like no, who cares? I have claustrophobia. My claustrophobia has very long history. It is from another story. So I'm really claustrophobic. I'm scared to enter the airplane. I flew a lot, but every flight for me is very stressful. When I had to go to make the MRI, I could not do MRI, even it was for my health. I came there and they spent for an hour with me, asking me to go there inside. I could not do it. I just can't do it. I'm claustrophobic. And when they started to push me in this car, I tried to run away. And I was actually quite successfully resisting this thing, because I was in a fear. I thought it is some surrealistic world, and they were so loudly shouting, "Why you left home? You must stay at home!" When they started to shout like this, I had feeling like some aliens stole me, like I'm in some. It was horrible, and then they dropped me with my face on the ground, and I had injury. Then they handicapped me, and I had injury, and actually then they dropped me again when they pushed me in this car again. So they dropped me twice with the face on the floor. Yeah, and then when they brought me, and my camera continued to film all this, and it is actually only audio, not the video, only audio. And in the audio, it is clearly when they sit in the car, man and woman, they speak in between each other, and she is saying to him, she wanted to go there, then she wanted to go here. She was so annoying. Did you get it? I was annoying. This was enough to arrest me. It was a very good reason for arrest, because I wanted to go here, then I wanted to go there. She was annoying. And when they brought me there in the police station, they did not let me out of the car because they found that I'm claustrophobic. They decided to leave me there in the car, and I had to knock in this car and to shout again. It was absolutely horrible experience. And when they opened the door, it was a woman there who was shouting, "Why you left home? You had to be at home." I was so scared. I could not understand where I am, what it is going. And my son, he was at home. He was sharing the stream, and he actually watched mom arrested live on the air, mom arrested, and he called to my daughter, and my daughter, she found me in the police station, and she came there and she said, listen, she's claustrophobic, she has mental health issues, you cannot lock her in the cell, she needs at least someone who someone mental health specialist. No, they did not care. I spent there from 11 in the morning till 7 in the evening in the cell, and it was very scary. It was very
Gosh.
scary. Yeah, and after all this, I have 4 charges: that I left my home without legitimate reason, I participated in public gathering and spread it virus, I spread it coronavirus, I was dangerous for the
Which you don't
society
have, of
because
course.
I yes, and I just can't understand. Listen, we were just only people who were there. Why we were dangerous for the society? We were dangerous for each other, not for the society. Society was not there. Society was locked at home.
Hmm.
And then I did not follow the directions of the police. How I tried to follow the direction, it was blocked. And I resisted arrest. And you know, I have also a video which was done by the other people who was watching this, and there it is clearly like 6 folks in uniform assaulting skinny woman. This is what it is happening there. And that's it. Yes, I'm
Gosh.
fundraising now for to pay my upcoming fines. It is actually like 6 months in the jail or 11,000 for each of these charges.
Wow. Okay.
Wow.
And I know that you were supposed to be by court today, but did not happen, right? So it's
It
gonna
did not
tomorrow.
happen because courts are overloaded, and they called to my lawyer and they said, come tomorrow because today we just no way. No way.
So how can we support you in all this thing, Roxanne?
Please support me. I have fundraising on my GoFundMe, and it is on the link is on my profile picture on the Facebook.
I can
Actually,
also
on the
put it
profile
under.
picture on the Facebook, there are all links to the story, to everything, and the short video of my arrest is in the GoFundMe fundraiser also. It is a short video of arrest, and I have also PayPal, and this PayPal account attached to my fundraising concerts, which were yesterday, a day before yesterday, and last week. I was fundraising for this. Yes. And hopefully, I hope the judge is a normal person. This is what I hope. I hope the judge is understanding what it is going, especially now they are overloaded with all this, and I think they have to understand what it is going. That's why they're judges.
That's good that you are many. That's very good that you know that. I mean, it's bad, but it's good that many people got arrested, so people start to question what's actually going on. Because it's the same in Norway, you know, like these cases with child welfare, it has been happening for 15 years. And I thought it was a conspiracy until it happened to me. And I had similar situation like you know, 7 people coming to an isolated farm on a little family of 2 and a little child, right? Thanks God, you know, we left, so we were like the last second to save our life, but it was very traumatic, so I totally get you.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but we need to stand together, we need to fight together because this is not alright and this is not gonna happen. So I will definitely do anything I have in my power to support you and, you know, help you further.
Thank you so much, dear.
You're
I
so
think
welcome.
actually that you know when we are coming to the map of the world, yes, there are 195 countries, and actually majority of the countries are still sane. There are very few who are insane. So the world is big. So I think that actually normal people, they first of all we have to stand our grounds. It cannot we cannot cooperate with things with which we don't want to cooperate. We have to stand our grounds, and there are so many ways to do this. It is some people they're scared to go protesting. It is clear that it can be scary for many people. Scary, yeah. but just peaceful, non-violent disobedience. Just don't participate in their game. Just don't play with them. They said you cannot go to the cinema. Okay, we will not go to the cinema. We will play our own cinema. They said you cannot go to the restaurant. Okay, we will not go to the restaurant. We will create our own restaurant, and that's it. And as far as all this bullshit is just a business, just don't support their businesses. In Australia, they bought already 90 million of shots. So they're not going to stop. It will be same picture like in Israel. We are 26 million of population. They got already 90 million of shot. We are 26 population together with newborn children. And it means it will be... It is already like, this is the business, clearly. This is business, and this is to bring people under the control with all these borders control, The worst thing in all this is the QR codes. Because whenever you enter anywhere, you show your QR codes and everybody knows who you are, and your government immediately knows that you came there. In Australia, they put those QR codes from the beginning of this bullshit. I don't know, it's already 18 months of these things. And I'm so surprised that people, they are usually no one control in the shops, in many places, no one control if you put this QR code. And so many people, they put those QR codes. But you're idiots. If you put these QR codes, next day you can get police at your home because there was someone from whom they found he has coronavirus. It's because they found that he has coronavirus. That's why the life has to stop, and everyone who was passing there, they have to be isolated. And people, they participate this game, and it is so easy to understand that QR code, it is just clearly tracking. It is just tracking, nothing else. It has nothing, it is not about your health. It is about your freedom.
Exactly. Yeah. Dear, I would love to finish positively. So I know you are an incredible singer. Would you love to sing a song for us? And then, I will share all the resources under this interview. And of course, if people want to reach out to you, they're more than welcome to do so, or to me. We are super happy to share all of this. And
yes, we have YouTube channel, we have website, just newborn website. I will give you all the information you can put.
Perfect. So I'll put it under. And please, if you guys have any question, reach out to Roxanne. Let's support her as much as we can. And if you want to finish up with your beautiful voice, go ahead.
I have chance to do it, yeah?
Sure.
Great. Так, I'm changing my audio settings. La 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 la. Is it good?
Yeah.
Yes? So it will be the song. Just one moment. It will be the song of my favorite Leonard Cohen. And why actually it will be this song? Because it is Dance Me to the End of Love. I'm not sure if you know the story of this song. This song is dedicated to Holocaust. And this song, which everybody now accept like a hymn to love, originally it was a song dedicated to the people who were marching to the gas chamber. Because if you remember, I don't know if you remember, if you know this story, when they were bringing people in the concentration camps, there were families, and among those families there were musicians. And Nazi, they used to create orchestras from those musicians, and those orchestras, they had to play when other family members, they were marching in the gas chamber. That's why it's Dance Me to Your Beauty with a burning violin. And I think that it is very important today because what it is going now in several countries, unvaccinated people, we did not get yet the yellow stars, but the level of hatred towards unvaccinated is overwhelming. La 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 la. Dance me to your beauty with a burning violin. Dance me through the panic till I'm gathered safely in. Lift me like an olive branch and be my homeward dove, and dance me to the end of love. La 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 la. Please dance me to the end of love. Oh, let me see your beauty when the witnesses are gone. Let me feel your moving like they do in Babylon. Show me slowly what I only know the limits of, and dance me to the end of love. La 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 la. Please dance me to the end of love. Dance me to the wedding now, dance me on and on. Dance me very tenderly and dance me very long. We'll both of us beneath our love, we'll both of us above, and dance me to the end of love. La 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 la. Please dance me to the end of love. Dance me to the children who are asking to be born. Dance me through the curtains that our kisses have outworn. Left da 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 till all the thread is torn, and dance me to the end of love. La 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 la. Please dance me to the end of love. Dance me to your beauty with a burning violin. Dance me through the panic till I'm gathered safely in. Touch me with your naked hand, or touch me with your glove, and dance me to the end of love. La 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 la. Please dance me to the end of love. La 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 la. Please dance me to the end of love. It was Leonard Cohen, Dance Me to the End of Love. Sorry, I missed 2 words. I was just thinking that I just noticed that I did not move camera, and I was thinking, it's very strange records. Why I'm like this? And when I was thinking this, I forgot a word. Sorry.
That's okay. It was so amazing.
This song is available on the Spotify, iTunes, oh my God, Apple Music, YouTube Music. It's about 10 platforms there. And it is also on my YouTube. It is a beautiful clip with this song.
Woo!
I just one moment, I'll change because I can't hear you. Just a moment.
Sure. Oh, that was so beautiful. Thank you so much, Roxanne. I will let her change. And in the meantime, guys, if you have any questions for Roxanne, you can also type them under the interview and she will reply them later. Please also feel free to reach out to her or reach out to me. And I will put all the links below this interview. I hear you. And please share this with
La
as
la
many
la la.
people.
Uh-huh.
Please share this with as many people as possible so we can spread this important information into the world. Thank you, Roxana.
Thank you so much.
It's a
Thank you so
pleasure.
much for giving me chance to speak.
You're so welcome.
Thank you.
Okay.